You want to be intentful with everything you do. So I think even with the last practice, I was preparing to be a starter last week, the week before, all of that, and so it hasn't really changed. Just getting reps with the ones, but I also got that in camp, so it's not too much of a difference.
How much does that help that you had that many reps with the ones going back to the spring? You've got as much time as Cade probably did with the ones at some point.
Yeah, I think it helps a lot, obviously. Getting reps with Logan under center, and obviously throwing in Nico, Vine, Seth, all the guys like that, so I think it really builds chemistry. But yeah, I think the best thing was just being able to build that, and then now we got to continue it down the road.
We talked about this a little bit on Saturday with how much you weren't able to play at Wisconsin. You didn't get much of a senior year in high school. I mean, how much is it just a relief to you to be able to get out there and be playing football again for the first time since pretty much your junior year of high school?
Yeah, no, I think for anyone who gets the opportunity to play in college, I think it's a blessing. For me, it's been an immense blessing. It's everything I've dreamed of. Obviously, I wish it would have came under different circumstances. I love Cade and wanted the best for him. But it's how football is. There's injuries. It's part of the game. So now it's just my turn, and I think I just got to keep working as I have. But yeah, it's definitely a blessing to be able to be out there.
How much have you had communication with Cade over the last few days, or what have you had a chance to say to him?
Oh yeah, he's been out at practice, talking, helping me out, giving me advice. Me and him, I feel we have a great relationship. We're pretty tight. We room together in camp, we room together when we travel. And so having him is a ginormous blessing as well. He really helps me. He has all the experience in the world. He's been there before, and so having that is really nice.
You also have Spencer, helping you out. What's that like having, two guys with that knowledge helping you out and guiding you along the way right now?
Yeah, two, as many as can come is the best. Spence, Keller Christ as well. He's here. We were at Wisconsin together. So having him, Spence, and Cade all combined, they all played. Spence was here for all of his career. Cade has experience, Keller has experience all over. So taking advice from all of them, trying to put it into my game is definitely a big help.
When you went in the portal, what was the process of getting here?
Yeah, so, I didn't really know what to expect when I entered the portal. Obviously, I wanted to try and get back to the FBS level. It wasn't looking like it was going to, which I was fine with. I just wanted to play ball again. And then, I originally committed to Fordham. And then a couple days later, Brian called. Having Coach Bud here, Coach Bud, I guess, gave them a little info on me. And so I was blessed with the opportunity to come here after that. And once they called, I knew it was a done deal. I've always wanted to play for Coach Bud. Didn't have the opportunity to play at Wisconsin with him. And so it was a no-brainer coming here.
How'd that relationship start with Coach Bud?
Yeah, so my sophomore year, he came out to recruit me. Honestly, I started working out with Coach Fisher throughout a win in LA, and then he contacted Coach Bud. And kind of started 2019, so I've known Bud since 2019. He offered me before I was a starter in high school, and so loyalty is big for me, and I was very loyal to him. I wanted to play for him, and so he was my first offer. I decided I wanted to go there after one visit. I committed to Wisconsin before I was a starter in high school as well, and so he obviously having that belief from him and me was the biggest thing in the world to me. And so having him here is night and day, blessing.
I imagine you were surprised then to get an offer when you're QB2 in high school. What was that moment like getting that?
Yeah, that was surreal. I played enough that season to have good film, and then it was kind of just like proving myself at camps, being able to do it anywhere. But I guess he saw something in me when I was young. Wouldn't trade it for the world. Wouldn't trade our relationship for the world. We're very tight.